Finn versus Captain Phasma. Two new characters, but which one is the better one? First off, let's compare their abilities. Finn has Deadeye, which is really strong. It's basically an aimbot. And the funny thing is, the first star card that I got for him is actually the purple star card for Deadeye. So it's pretty much, it's just bossing everyone around. Then there's Big Deal, and it pretty much buffs you, gives you health, your surrounding allies, and like all those buffs, health, damage reduction, and overall support as for the weapon cooldowns and ability cooldowns. And also Undercover Team, which takes him off the radar and people around him. As for Captain Phasma, she doesn't seem to be as supportive for the allies. I feel like she's a little bit more about herself, so her abilities are as follows. Staff Strikes. They're pretty slow. They're pretty strong, but they're really slow. They're easily dodged. Survivor, a huge boost to the health, which is a really good thing. If you pop it at the right moment, you pretty much are stronger than anybody can be on the battlefield, and you're going in there with extra health. And the Sentry Droid. Basically, it's supposed to stun people that are coming close to the Sentry Droid, but from the experience that I had so far with it, it feels useless, to be honest. It doesn't feel too strong. It doesn't really feel like it does anything. It's pretty useless, to me at least. If I were to compare Captain Phasma and Finn in terms of their weapons, well, Finn's blaster is amazing. It is strong, it is reliable, and paired with the Deadeye, it's crushing the enemies. As for Captain Phasma, a really funny mechanic that I've seen in Battlefield 1 before. Basically, her gun is more accurate the more you fire. At the very beginning, the spread is really big, but then from there, you will notice that it's gonna be much closer to the target, which can be a problem when you're aiming at someone far. You have to shoot so much, or a problem when you're in close quarters and it starts to get closer. So it's a trade-off that you have to deal with. But anyway, it's really strong if you use correctly. In my opinion, Finn is much easier to get used to. Like out of the bat, you can play really good with him. Where Captain Phasma is more occasional and much more skill-based. You really have to understand her and really use her to her full potential, which is actually really hard for me because I cannot get a good gameplay with her. Even if I tried so many times, I would not get a good gameplay with her. Where with Finn, it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm gonna do good. And the main thing about both of them is Finn is much more supporting. He's a supportive character for his team, but also really punchy. He can do a lot of damage himself with the Deadeye and Big Deal. Where Captain Phasma is much more about herself, giving her this survivor ability, which gives her so much more strength, more health, the Staff Strikes, the Droid, they're much more suited for her own safety and her own strength. I feel like Captain Phasma has to be played a little bit farther, with longer range attacks and keeping distance, keeping that she has more health. Finn can get into the action really strong, but also really support his team. If I were to pick one right now, which one I enjoy playing more, and I'm doing better with, that would go to Finn. He's much better, in my opinion, than Captain Phasma at the moment, but remember, there could also be some patches and changes to the game. So at this moment, I give it to Finn. The good addition of Finn here is that, like I said before in a different video, which you're gonna see on the top right of your screen, heroes versus villains. Now, Finn being a strong hero and supportive really brings it back to a nice balanced state. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more future Battlefront 2 videos. I'm Naitsabes, and I will see you on the Battlefront.